The arid soil of the ancient necropolis of Saqqara, a vast burial ground that served the elite of ancient Egypt for millennia, continues to reveal secrets of life and, more pertinently, of death. During meticulous excavations carried out in May 2022, a dedicated team of Egyptian archaeologists made a discovery of extraordinary magnitude: a papyrus containing a substantial section of the famous Book of the Dead. This find, approximately 2,000 years old, is significant not only for its age and excellent state of preservation, but also for the context in which it was found. A tomb located south of the iconic Step Pyramid of Pharaoh Djoser, a monument dating back to the 3rd dynasty. The unearthing of these ancient texts provides an unparalleled window into the funerary beliefs and artistic skill of the period. Like, subscribe and share. Let's begin. The owner's identity and the dating of the papyrus. The papyrus was found carefully rolled up inside the coffin of an individual whose name has been recorded for posterity: Ahmose. This name, laden with historical resonance, is shared with the last pharaoh of the 17th dynasty, who is famous for having expelled the Hyksos from Egypt. Indeed, the name Ahmose, according to the exhaustive work of researchers, is mentioned some 260 times throughout the papyrus's text, a detail that underscores the importance of identity and memory in the journey to the afterlife. Despite the text's antiquity, the papyrus's owner lived long after the construction of Djoser's pyramid. The man, named Ahmose, lived around 300 BC, marking the beginning of the Ptolemaic period. This dynasty, which ruled Egypt after Alexander the Great's conquest, was of Greek origin, and its pharaohs were descendants of one of the Macedonian conqueror's most important generals. The papyrus, therefore, offers a fascinating insight into how Egyptian funerary traditions, crystallized in the Book of the Dead, persisted and were adopted by the elite even during the period of Hellenistic influence. The discovery of this papyrus, which measures an impressive 16 meters in length, was formally announced on January 14, 2023. However, its public unveiling at the Egyptian Museum in Cairo only occurred after the delicate artifact underwent a thorough examination and a complex restoration process. The team of restorers carried out meticulous conservation work to unroll the papyrus without causing the slightest damage, a task that required patience and extraordinary technical skill, given the passage of 2 millennia and the fragility of the material. The text on the papyrus is written in Hieratic, an abbreviated and more cursive form of traditional hieroglyphic writing commonly used in administrative and religious documents. During the study and conservation process, the text was fully translated into Arabic, allowing for a complete analysis of its content. The papyrus consists of 10 vibrant images depicting scenes from the afterlife featuring Egyptian gods. The document's quality is remarkable. It was written in black and red ink, with the red ink used to highlight headings or key passages, a common practice in sacred texts. The excellent quality of the calligraphy has led researchers to conclude that it was written by a professional scribe, someone with a high level of skill and experience in producing elite funerary texts. The Book of the Dead, whose original Egyptian name could be translated as the Book of Coming Forth by Day, is not a single text, but a collection of sacred texts that were essential for the deceased's journey to the afterlife. Its main purpose was to serve as a kind of manual or guide for the deceased to navigate the dangers and overcome the trials they would encounter on their path to immortality. The most crucial ceremony described in the book is the Judgment of Osiris, where the heart of the deceased is weighed on a scale against the feather of Maat, the symbol of truth, justice, and cosmic order. The book contains the spells, prayers, and knowledge necessary for the soul, or Ba, to reunite with the body, or Ka, and achieve resurrection. For Ahmose, the 16-meter-long papyrus was his personal passport and his divine protection in the world of the dead. Although this papyrus of Ahmose is remarkably long, at 16 meters, some texts from the Book of the Dead are known to be even longer. The most famous example is the Papyrus of Ani, which measures almost 24 meters in length. The Papyrus of Ani, which has been on display at the British Museum since 1888, demonstrates that the production of these texts could reach monumental dimensions, undoubtedly reserved for the wealthiest and most powerful individuals in Egyptian society. The discovery of the Ahmose papyrus in Saqqara has several significant implications for archaeology and the understanding of Egyptian funerary theology. First, it reinforces Saqqara's status as a necropolis of continuous importance over thousands of years. The discovery of a Ptolemaic text near the Pyramid of Djoser underscores the enduring sacredness of the site, which was used by the elite even after the center of political power had shifted to other cities. Second, the quality of the papyrus and the 260 mentions of Ahmose's name indicate the existence of a thriving market for high-quality, personalized funerary texts during the Ptolemaic period. This suggests a standardization in the production of these sacred objects, but with the capacity for individualization at great expense, demonstrating the substantial investment the upper class made to ensure their eternal life. The figure of the professional scribe, responsible for the perfect calligraphy and the arrangement of the 10 images, was central to this funerary economy. Third, the translation and study of the text will enrich our understanding of the Book of the Dead. Although the corpus of text is extensive, each new papyrus may contain variations, unique spells, or different illustrations that offer nuances about local beliefs or theological trends of the time. The ongoing work under the supervision of figures such as Mustafa Waziri, Secretary of Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities, promises to decipher these details and solidify our understanding of the complex relationship the Egyptians had with death and the possibility of resurrection. In a world where golden treasures often overshadow more subtle artifacts, this 16-meter papyrus reminds us that Egypt's true age-old secrets reside in its forbidden or sacred texts, which are the fundamental guide to its worldview and its hope for eternal life. The tomb of Ahmose has revealed a treasure trove of knowledge now proudly displayed, a silent testament to a civilization obsessed with transcending the barrier of mortality. Like, subscribe and share. And contemporary archaeology often finds its greatest rewards not in the glittering gold of undisturbed burial chambers, but in the profound knowledge gleaned from the best-preserved funerary contexts. The tomb of Ahmose, a figure who, depending on the context and period, could have been a scribe, a military leader, or a New Kingdom nobleman, fits into this tradition. This burial site, unearthed and meticulously studied, has revealed a treasure trove of knowledge that, now catalogued, interpreted, and proudly displayed, stands as a silent testament to a civilization fundamentally obsessed with transcending the barrier of mortality. The concept of life after death in ancient Egypt was not merely a hopeful belief, it was the guiding principle of its society, economy, and especially its art and architecture. The tomb of Ahmose encapsulates this obsession, offering a microcosm of the vastness of this worldview. It is not just a final resting place, but an elaborate machine designed to ensure the survival of the deceased's Ka, life force, and Ba, personality soul, allowing their successful passage to Aru, the field of reeds, their eternal paradise. The treasure of knowledge revealed by Ahmose's tomb manifests itself in multiple dimensions, going far beyond material objects. Papyri and funerary texts. If the tomb contained fragments or scrolls of the Book of the Dead, or formulas for coming forth by day, these become essential documents for understanding the funerary theology of the time. They reveal the spells, incantations, and guides that the deceased had to recite to navigate the dangers of the underworld and overcome divine judgments, such as the weighing of the heart by Anubis and Thoth. Funerary goods and offerings, everyday objects, ushabti figurines, magical servants for the afterlife, canopied vessels, and preserved foods detail Ahmose's social status, profession, and provisioning practices for eternity. The quality and quantity of these objects provide information about the wealth and trade network of the period. Murals and decoration. The tomb walls, often covered with detailed scenes, act as a visual record. They depict Ahmose's earthly life, his work, his family, his honors, and, crucially, scenes from the afterlife. These images were not merely decorative, they were magical acts designed to be perpetuated, ensuring that the deceased would have eternal access to the pleasures and comforts of the life he had known. The proud display of this knowledge, whether in museums or through scholarly publications, transforms the tomb of Ahmose from an archaeological site into a silent testament that resonates with the voice of history. It is a reminder that for the Egyptians, the primary purpose of existence was preparation for death, which was seen as a transition, not an end. The obsession with transcending the barrier of mortality manifested itself in various ways. Mummification, an exhaustive process to preserve the physical form of the body, considered essential for the Ka and the Ba to be able to return and recognize their home. The permanence of the name, engraving the name on stone or papyrus, ensured a kind of social immortality. As long as the name was pronounced or read, the person would continue to exist in memory. The stability of architecture, the construction of monumental tombs in stone, as opposed to dwellings made of adobe, indicated that the eternal home of the spirit was infinitely more important and should last for eternity. The tomb of Ahmose, therefore, is not merely a find. It is an open book on the complex theology, social stratification, and exceptional craftsmanship of the Egyptians. By studying the fate of one individual, Ahmose, the modern world, gains a clearer understanding of the collective drive of an entire civilization, the relentless and methodical pursuit of eternal life. In the stillness of its chambers, we find the echo of thousands of years of unwavering faith in immortality. Like, subscribe, and share. See you next time.